Hi and welcome to 5-Minute Head Drawings Part 3. Hi, my name is Luis Escobar. I'm a storyboard artist on the Simpsons television show. I've been working on the show for over 25 years now, and I'm here to empower you. So this is my third try at doing head drawings. The last time I improved in the last two. So something happened that I hadn't planned for that I accidentally did, which was that I took I redrew the same photo twice in the last video. So the first time I had this head of this lady and I drew it the first time, and then I accidentally picked the same photo and redrew it again. Both times I failed. Both times I didn't really like what I did. So this time around I'm going to pick that one on purpose just to see if there's any progress. So I'm going to redraw the head again of the same pose of the same lady. Hopefully I'm going to do a better job this time. The other thing that I'm going to do that is different, which I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I've had this brush built for a long time that I built myself that is supposed to simulate the way that a charcoal pencil works when I'm figure drawing. And what it does is that when I hold the stylus perpendicular to the screen, it gives me a thin line. But when I slant it, it gets thicker and it gets wider and broader. That is similar to the way that a charcoal pencil is held when I'm figure drawing. So I hold the charcoal pencil in an overhand position when I'm working on an actual traditional pad. And what I do is I hold it like this, and then I draw overhand. This is an overhand position. And what happens is that I've sharpened the tip really, really long and wide so that I can very easily do very soft, broad strokes. Then if I want something sharp, I turn the tip and I carve out those sharp edges, and then really quickly I just do this to fill in the shadows. And so like I'm using the tip and I'm using the broad of the pencil, and all in one gesture I could do all of that very easily. I created the pen, that brush, in order to do the same thing when I'm figure drawing here on the computer, but it doesn't work. Why? Because the tip is too tiny. And so I'm drawing with this plastic bit, this black plastic bit, and it doesn't work because it needs to be longer like the. So I think like an Apple Pencil on an Apple iPad would work, and it would work, and it would just do what it's supposed to do. But not here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it like this underhand, like a regular, writing. It's not as comfortable. It's not but maybe because of the way that I set up the brush, it might help me more quickly get the effects I want. So this is so what I don't do is I may edit flubs when I'm speaking like this, but what I don't do is do multiple takes and then only give you my best. I'm going to do this raw. I haven't warmed up. This is what's going to happen. Whatever comes out happens. And the reason I'm doing it like this, and there's a lot of pressure when I'm doing this, is that I want you to see that it's okay to mess up and fail, and that people are just human. No matter, even though I've been doing this for years, I'm still gonna blow it, right? So it's okay. It's okay. You just learn from your mistakes and you just keep moving, and that's how you do it. And you learn. I just don't want it to be this thing where you only see professionals succeed. Having said that, this is the third video. I've failed a few times already. So hopefully I'm going to do better this time. And again, it's the same photo that I've been using in every single one of the videos. I've always had the one photo has always been the same so far. So hopefully this time it's gonna happen. So let's see how I do. All right, so moment of truth. Just so this says figure drawing pencil. This is the pencil I created. I could get very thin lines, and then I could also, as I turn, I could get thick lines. So let me thin. Wow, that's not super thin. Thinner, thin, and then fat. Oops, too fat. Let's see. Thin, fat, thin, sharp, I should say, sharp, and okay, here we go. That's good. So I have my trusty timer over here on my phone. Let me turn on the audio on the phone so you could hear it. Okay. So I'm going to start the timer. I'm going to give myself 5 minutes. And then I'm going to see about whether or not this is going to work out for me. So again, I'm going to start with the same head drawing that I have been using all this time. And then we'll move on to the other heads. Okay, here I go. Starting the timer now. So I got to take my time and relax. Just doing the shadow shapes this time. It's so much easier to do this already with this brush. Although I'm already messing up, so I gotta relax. It's a lot of pressure. I feel like I feel so much pressure because I screwed this up like so many times. And it's okay. I don't think I nailed it, to be honest. But it's an improvement over the previous versions. Also doesn't help that this was a different brush, but it's a better brush, to be honest. I like the way this feels. And I also approached this a little bit different than I have in the previous. But it's so much easier to just get the shadows in. make adjustments now and try to make this a little better. And I got a lot of time to spare. So it makes a big difference switching pens to get these edges to work. Huge difference. I think I got this little off. I guess I should have used this brush from the start. I mean, that's why I made it. Yeah, so the proportions are off. Again, oh, there's my time. So that was 5 minutes. Definitely makes a huge difference. This brush makes a huge difference, but I think I still blew it because of the proportions. Like, her proportions are off. But definitely better than it was than I've been doing. It helps. It helps a lot. I think under so much pressure, if I do another head drawing, I mean, I really should just be doing a lot of head drawing anyway. I mean, this is so tricky in and of itself, but maybe I'd try to give it another go with this one photo. Okay, let's move on to the next photo here. So we have this dude here, and the shadows are a little bit different. Like, he's got like a shadow right on his face that cuts in a weird way. Like this one, this shadow shape, it just kind of, it's very Rembrandt-ish. It's close to Rembrandt. It's not quite a Rembrandt, but this new one of this guy, it's not quite. It's a very odd shadow. Hopefully I could do it, and I'm gonna try to relax a little bit more. I think, again, I'm always under like pressure under the first one, but this time around I'll see if I can't relax and do a little bit more. So I already started the timer. I'm gonna, it's a little soft, the edges are a little fat, which is okay. I don't want sharp edges here. I don't need sharp edges. I think I could relax more. I think the first one, I was just rushing. Don't rush. Don't rush. Relax. Take your time. It's 5 minutes. And this time around, I know I don't have to deal with fighting the brush. It's actually working for me in this case. So I could try to get all the elements in. I'm just doing light lay-ins in areas, trying to find where this stuff should be, right? If I had a kneaded eraser, I would have tapped some of that stuff out. And by kneaded eraser in a traditional medium, I would have a kneaded eraser nearby just in case. But the trick is not to use it unless absolutely desperately trying to fix something. Okay, and then here we go. Doing the edges and the shadow shapes. All of this with the same brush is allowing me a lot of control. I really like the brush. So much control. It's the control I was looking for. The only thing messing me up in any way this time is my impatience. And my lack of observation. Because everything else is working for me. I'm not fighting the tools. I really like this brush. Have I mentioned I like the brush? Oh, and that's my time. Okay. Well, yeah, so my strokes are a bit sloppy here. I should really just do one direction instead of cross hatching. It just looks more uniform and pretty if I just do one direction. But in general, this is what I wanted. It's the kind of results I wanted. By which I mean at least the brush is doing what I want without me having to constantly be switching. Okay. So slowly improving. Let's try the last photo. So part of the thing is yeah, just relaxing. Like this first one I was rushing. You shouldn't rush. Get as much done as you can within the time that's given. His eyes are a little off, so I got to be careful. Look how this eye is lower than this eye. So now it's all about that. Paying attention to the actual proportions, the spacing, the things that are. I'm no longer worried about or upset about the brush. Now anything that's messing up, it's pure observation and lack of the spacing of the reference correctly lined up. It's pure observation at this point. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to need to do a fourth head drawing video to practice more of the observational stuff. I think that's needed. So I'm gonna try this head here, and so yeah. So this is a little bit more of a Rembrandt-ish head look. And if you notice that I'm always trying to do a head that has dramatic lighting, so that I could deal with the values and the head proportions and all the things, all the things that I need to worry about when working on a figure, on a head. Okay, starting the timer again. Here we go. Okay, last one. I will again take my time. This time be more observational about where I keep the eyes. They need to line up to each other. Here, here. Don't rush. There's the nose, the mouth. We've got this coming down here. This is going to be very lightly put in. The eyes need to be in here. This one is kind of in the shadow. The ears need to line up too. Up here, they come up a little bit higher here. The hairline has this shape that comes in here. They're the outside shape of the hair. So I'm lightly placing stuff in as guides. Here's the hand, which I'm going to just draw an envelope shape. Jeepers. This hand is huge. It just feels very big. It's an envelope shape. And then the rest goes in shadow. Okay. And now I'm going to attempt to do a little bit more of the graphic shapes of the shadow shapes that the shadow shapes are making, while at the same time, and this is the tricky part about doing this, you don't want to copy the shadow shape without understanding the anatomy that's happening underneath. And the construction that's happening. Got these shadow shapes. You've got this hard edge here. And then it goes like that. Ooh, I missed it. And then, so this is supposed to be a hard edge right here like that. Shadows here. This is a head plane. This is another head plane here. The eyes are in here. It's a nose shadow. It's a firm edge. Very gently add a little bit of value here, but there is light. It's a white beard. There is shadow shapes here. I will not be too careful with these. And then I will just fill in the shadow shapes. Okay, so that's my time. And I will just do this. And do this. Even though I'm out of time and I'm not. So this is a little bit more controlled and a little bit, you know, one direction instead of sloppy line work. Well, now I'm getting sloppy. So there, that's this. A little bit better. So I got better as I went. I got a little bit more controlled as I went. So it's usually, this is what tends to happen. As you warm up, as you start getting used to the time, things start improving. So yeah, I'm thinking that I'm going to do one more. Begin again with this head. And in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to record it again, like right after this. I'm going to see if doing 3 more right after this one is going to make a difference. Now that I'm warmed up and I'm not starting cold, I'm going to try 2 more heads, 2 more new heads, and one of this 4th head again right here, and then I'll see how it goes. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you okay, so these are the heads. Thanks for watching. I will try one more time and I will talk to you next time. All right, bye.